Hi, I'm here with Darren La Croix from Las Vegas, international speaker coach, very funny man, wonderful man, and I have the privilege of spending some time with Darren, and I want to ask him a few questions about choices.
Please do.
Darren, after you won the World Championship of Public Speaking, when you were developing your business, what was the best choice you made in actually making your business successful?
Good question. I'd have to say that after I won the World Championship, it was listening to mentors and realizing that everybody can give advice, but people who are the best in their area think differently. They look at things from a different perspective. And I remember I had heard from Ed Tate, fellow world champion, that once you become the champion, that people want to learn how to get paid to speak from you. They want to learn how to do what you do. So it's a common question you're going to get everywhere you go, everywhere you speak in the world. So at that time, Ed Tate had a single CD. Well, he had two CDs, but one of them was how to go from free to fee. So I thought about it, and it was a great program. But I thought if I really wanted to help people, I had been in NSA for, I would say, 8 or 9 years and learned a lot the hard way. So I thought, well, what if I need to sit down and figure out what would be the best advice? So when I sat down and recorded, it took me about 2 months to create the program, Get Paid to Speak by Next Week. But I really wanted to help people. I didn't want to, it wasn't about the making money, it was the serving first, because I believe if you serve, you deserve. And I was listening to a mentor, his name was Ron LeGrand, and he's a real estate speaker, brilliant man, guru, tells it like it is, no holds barred. And I was sitting at the back of his convention on internet marketing and creating information products, and I watched people from the back of the room literally run up to buy a $5,000 product that was 23 CDs, and I thought, this is crazy. The cost on that's $23, and they're running to give money. But then the ahas came. It's like, okay, what are they really buying? And what I realized, what they were really buying was not the CDs. They were buying the system, how to flip your first house. So he figured that if he could show people how to flip one house in real estate, they would instantly get their $5,000 back. So when I was looking at pricing my Get Paid to Speak program, I thought of the same philosophy. What am I helping people get? So I developed it to help people get their very first check. Because if they get their first check, it would raise their belief and get them that much closer to get their second, the third, the fourth. And anyway, so when I priced it originally at $500 US, people thought I was out of my mind. They just thought I was smoking something illegal. And but honestly, that product has really become a great stream of income. And in fact, I got an email or a text today from back in the United States. Lori Ann, who had purchased my product back in December, had said it was simply the best decision she ever made. And she's an author, a new author, and had not been speaking for very long and not been getting paid very much. She was just getting started like we all did. But now she just did a full-day training for a company. She just lined up 2 big paid speeches, and she was so excited. And I realized that it's like I did the right thing, because I didn't try to just make money. I focused on serving people, but it really came from listening to the right people. Because had I listened to the masses, my business would go in a different direction. Like even when I was working on the World Championship, Mark Brown, the 1995 world champion, he gave me the exact opposite advice as everyone else. And for example, in the speech, I fall on my face, and I give part of my speech from lying down. And everywhere I spoke at the 22 Toastmaster clubs, everybody said, get up sooner, get up quicker, because I was uncomfortable as the listener. Well, Mark, if you don't know Mark's a native of Jamaica. Mark said, Darren, you must stay down longer. And, so he gave me the opposite advice. He said, Darren, our job isn't to make people feel good, it's to incite change. So sometimes we have to make them feel uncomfortable in order to incite that change. So I could have listened to the masses, but I made the choice of listening to someone who was the best. So I think that's really important for all of us. Who are you listening to, and do they know what they're talking about? You know, when I started wanting to be a comedian, my friends and family thought I was crazy and I was stupid because that wasn't me. Well, they didn't know what it took to become a comedian. They thought they did. But it's very different when, you know, be careful who you listen to, because when I asked a comedian, he said, well, number one, first step, go get the book. Like, book? There's a book about this? Well, of course there's books about it. But also you want to get the right book. So take advice from someone who's accomplished what you want to accomplish, because they think differently. So it is your choice who you listen to, because everybody's got an opinion. And if you ask enough people, you get whatever answer you want. But that's not the best answer. Choose who you listen to.
Thank you, Darren. That's awesome.